Hey, this is the Honey and Harry Show, I think, but I'm really not too sure. Trying to get the technology to work here, and Facebook won't cooperate. So we're going to try it here on Facebook and see if we can make some stuff work. But this is not the best way to go about it, of course. So if there's anybody watching the Facebook Live right now, please go ahead and type in a comment of some kind. And we'll see what we can see. All right, Mr. Moderator's here. Oh, that's me. Okay, so we're live now on Facebook. I don't really like the way this works, but we're gonna do this in the future. We're not gonna try to schedule the event. We're just gonna go live, and that'll be a little bit easier. So I think we're going now. Take a look on Facebook and see if we can get this to work. And there's a comment from Allison. Thank you so much. You are one patient person, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I'm on YouTube now, so we're just going to talk to the Facebook people, but that's good because this is all about Facebook anyway. So we were going to have a regular show with a guest tonight, but we ended up having some flu in the house, and we didn't want anybody coming over and catching the flu. So we're going with just me tonight, and you can see what a mess it is when we don't have Honey here. Anyway, this is all about hitching wagons. Okay, so what does hitching a wagon to something mean? It means to try to be successful by forming a relationship with someone or something that is already successful, like hitching your wagon to a star and then trying to reach the sky. So what horse or person or thing has the Honey and Harry Show hitched this wagon to? Okay, well, we started out with YouTube. All right, now why did we start with YouTube? We started with YouTube because Mr. Producer knew YouTube. That's the reason. That's the reason. He knew that. He had looked at 1,000 YouTubes and he had an idea that he could do it with YouTube. So that's how we got started there. But it didn't take long before we were also on Facebook. So we quickly added Facebook by episode 3, the third week out of the 29 we've done so far. We added Facebook. Now, why do we add Facebook? Well, because that's where Honey is most connected. So she knew the most people out there on Facebook, and that was like the best place to go. So that's where we went. So what about Facebook and YouTube? Are these popular sites or what? Well, everybody knows that. Here's the deal. If you can read that graph there, you can see that as of February of this year, Facebook and YouTube are like the most popular social media sites out there. Okay, so these are the number of active users in any one month in millions. So 3,000 million is 3 billion. So Facebook's way up there. It's the leader, but YouTube's right behind it. So there are a heck of a lot of Facebook and YouTube people. So it made sense for us to hitch our wagon to both YouTube and Facebook because there are so many people out there on those platforms. Okay, so what did it turn out for us? We picked those two leading platforms, but it turns out that most of our followers are actually on Facebook. 75% are on Facebook. We have 25% on YouTube. It's about 400 on Facebook and about 100 and some odd on YouTube. So obviously being on Facebook is really important to us because so many of our followers are out there, and that's where we want to be. Okay, so what does our Facebook audience look like? Okay, well, we got this demographic off of the analytics for Facebook. I just got it today, and you can see that, the first thing that stands out is the 83% female, 17% male. So that suggests that many of our followers are ladies, and that makes good sense because Honey has a lot of friends, and she's interesting to listen to, and a lot of our subjects tend to be more family and life-oriented and community-oriented, and that picks on the ladies as being a good target for that as well. You also notice that The largest demographic by age is the above 44 crowd. Okay, so the two groups below 44 really are the millennials and Gen Zs. And the millennials and Gen Zs are typically not Facebook people. They're typically TikTok, Instagram, YouTube people. So it's no surprise that we don't see our largest group of people coming to us from the younger age group, although there are quite a few. Okay, so it's mostly people in the well, it would be the Gen Xers and Boomers and so forth who'd be in those larger groups. So that's kind of what our demographic looks like. But obviously, Facebook is really important to us. So what happened with Facebook just recently? Well, it turns out that there was an announcement back in January about some changes that would be occurring on Facebook. Okay, and the way the news blurb came out, it looked like, oh, we're introducing something, which sounds like, well, this is going to be really good. There's something new that's being introduced. Well, no, not really. Okay. We haven't seen the good news from this at all. And it first came out and people didn't know what it meant. Well, they put out a little more detail where they talk about the fact that they're deprecating Facebook group API. What kind of jargon is that? Well, the developers and other people and the software engineers, the 28-year-olds who write all this code and stuff like that, they know what it means. But buried in this little announcement is the notion that no more will we be able to publish to Facebook groups using third-party applications. And almost everybody who is doing this kind of publishing is doing it by third-party application. Not only that, but access to the comments that users would make on Facebook would no longer be accessible either through the group's API. It was basically being destroyed. They call it deprecating, but it's being destroyed. So panic reigned among all the people who use these third-party apps like Ecamm Live, which we use, and Restream and all of that. This is a detail that is not really pertinent to everyone to know, but anybody that's trying to be a Mr. Producer and put things together, we have a big problem with trying to deal with this. And here's the deal. The old methods stopped working after April 22nd, and that's like less than 2 weeks away. So tonight's effort was one of trying to figure out if we could make something else work. There are a few videos out there on YouTube, not on Facebook, YouTube, that would tell us how we might go about this. How important is this to us? Couldn't we just go to some other platform, and just, maybe we'd tell all of our Facebook people, well, why don't you just go to YouTube and we'll be there, and you can do that. But, that's not how social media works, okay? This guy, Cory Doctorow, he basically wrote a little paper that suggests that once you get locked up in one of these little gardens, these little beautifully landscaped places like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram and so forth, once you're there might be things you don't like about it, and there might be things you say we wish that were different, but you stick around. And why do you? Because your friends are there. Okay. The people that you associate with, all of the content that you're interested in is there. That's what's there. So trying to tell our Facebook people that, you need to go somewhere else. You need to leave Facebook and go to YouTube or Instagram or something else just doesn't work. And we're not about to do that. We're going to try to find a way to make this work. So, all right, so what have we done? I don't want to bore you with too many technical details, but there's a solution which I'm using right now after catastrophe and trying to start the episode here. But there's a real-time message protocol and something called Social Stream Ninja that is going to be put together to try to help us do the job that the group API was doing before. And it actually, if you don't count all of the pains and headaches and tribulation that I go through in the producer's chair here, it's going to be better for the user. You're not going to really notice what's happening, but it's going to be good. Okay. So what is it going to do? It's going to allow us to stream from our third-party services, but it's also going to allow us to get the comments back. So, which we couldn't really do well before. The YouTube comments would come in nicely, but the Facebook comments would come in with Facebook user. We have no idea who this is, but it's a user. So put them up on the screen. And how do you have a community when you can't have any idea who anybody is? So that being the case, we got this new technique that we're trying to work. So what we want to do tonight, other than botching the intro and trying to explain all these technical details to you, is we want to give this a try. So what I'm going to do, and you've probably seen some of it already, is I'm going to ask you to type some Facebook comments in, which some of you have already done, and I'm going to show you where I'm getting these from. I'm going to put the Harry, Mr. Producer overview camera on, and you'll be able to see this other screen over here on the right-hand side, which is where the comments are coming in. So what happens is I have to have those other apps open, so YouTube and Facebook, I have to have their comment sections open on the screen, and then this little social stream ninja grabs the comments and puts them into its own little dashboard, and then I can grab them and put them on the screen. So let's go over here and see what we got. We got, well, I put Allison's on before, but I'm going to put it on again. So there's a comment. I click on it, and not only does it tell us that it's Allison so we can have a conversation with her, but it also shows her avatar, and it also says that she's coming from Facebook. So if we got comments from YouTube, it would be the same kind of thing, and I can bring it off. So if I go over and get a YouTube comment, like the one I made here, Harry, oh, what a mess! Like the show started off so badly, but we got it now. So let's go in and bring some of these other comments in, like we got Margaret, Typhoid Mary, who can see and hear us now. This is good. And then here's Honey checking in. She's on. And here's Mary Ann checking in. All right, this is good. And there's my fishing bro, my brother Edward. All right. So we've got it working, don't we? Okay. So best laid plans of mice and men. I think we may have stumbled on how it all works, but I tried to schedule the show as an event, and boy, Facebook navigation is just horrible. They make the claim that, you can get to anything from anywhere, or you can't get where you want to get from anywhere. That's the real solution to it. Or maybe it's just the senior citizen problem going on or something. I don't know. But the idea is that I think the better way is going to be to just schedule it live, which is what I just did. And that worked. And so it has changed my work processes. But heck, if it works, that's all we need to have, is something that works well. So Again, I am so thankful for your patience, for you to come on. And, let me see. We got another one over here. Patricia Bristow is coming on in. Way to go, Patricia. Love it. And Margaret says she had click the box that said watch live to get the Facebook feed to start. That's good. That would be an obvious box to click for users, so that could be helpful for them. For me, I've got to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out, which boxes I have to click to make it work. But I did make it work, so that's a good thing. Okay. And I can come in here and actually write a comment myself from Mr. Producer. And let's see if that comes in. Yeah. So you see, I can write my own comments and put those in as well. So that'll work too. So I had set it up earlier today so we would have both YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook going. But as soon as I pressed the go live thing here on my own workstation, it said, "Well, you're not connecting to Facebook." I don't know what's wrong, but you're not connecting to Facebook. So thank you so much for tuning in and for us getting this right now. Although I don't guarantee that it'll be right next time, but I'll be trying it about 35 times in between now and next week. So thanks again. What I'm going to do is to give you the outro and let you see who our guest is next week. And hopefully Honey will be back here because I don't think I can manage this by myself. It's a disaster. Please, Honey, come back. Come back.